And that's the memo. Now for the top story reaction, joining us from Washington, Senator John McCain. First up, Senator, will the Republican establishment get behind Donald Trump if he wins the nomination?
I would assume that the majority will support the nominee of the party. But could I just add, I don't disagree with your commentary, but I am saddened and upset about this level of discourse. Just 2 weeks ago, we had the Director of National Intelligence before the Armed Services Committee. And Bill, I wish every American could have seen it. There will be attacks on the United States of America. Putin is dismembering Ukraine. The Middle East is in chaos thanks to this feckless foreign policy of failed leadership of Barack Obama. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the size of people's ears and throwing water around the stage and talking about the size of people's hands. That's not, the American people deserve a lot better. And I am saddened that we're not discussing these issues when we are facing the greatest threats to the security of the United States in 70 years.
Okay. Valid point. Valid point. But you know that all of the invective and all of the back and forth is done for one reason by whoever's doing it, and that's to win votes. And Rubio and Cruz and Kasich and Carson and Jeb Bush and everybody else tried for months to dent Donald Trump's lead. They could not do it talking about issues, Senator. They could not do it talking about issues. And in your case, some have criticized you for not bringing the fight to Barack Obama in a more personal way. Maybe you would have won the election had you done that. So you can see why it's being done.
Well, I can see it if you're willing to sacrifice your principles and what's best for America to only winning. Yes, I've been criticized, but I'm proud of the campaign that I ran, and I would not stoop to those levels because my honor and my integrity is far more important than any election. The same way when I supported the surge and they said, oh, it's going to kill you, I said, I'd rather lose an election than lose a war. So everybody has their own standards. Everybody decides what they want to do with their lives. I wouldn't do this kind of thing.
Okay. Do you understand Trump's appeal?
Oh yes, I think I do to a large degree. Millions of Americans out of work, millions of Americans who have seen no improvement in their lives in the longest recession in history since the Great Depression, students who are carrying student loans, hundreds of thousands of dollars, obligations, a actually shrinking middle class because of the economy, which didn't happen by accident. It happened on Barack Obama's watch.
All right, but it's more than that. They're angry at their own party, not Barack Obama. They're angry with him, but their own party. Let me give you an example because you know what I'm talking about here because I've talked to you about this. Case law. Number one, we don't have a secure border because this alleged killer got in, defied deportation 5 times. And he's a low-life, drug-addicted creep. And he can get across the border 5 times. So don't tell me we have border security and everybody knows it. Number two, he shoots Kate Steinle. She dies, she's 32. We, along with the Steinle family, bring a law called Kate's Law that would imprison any convicted foreign aggravated felon for 5 years. Harry Reid single-handedly kills the bill on the Senate floor, and the Republican senators, led by Mitch McConnell, look impotent, and Senator McConnell wouldn't even take my call to discuss it. So surely you know that a lot of Republicans have had it up to here with the Republican establishment.
I fully understand that. And by the way, I didn't used to be known as the establishment. I was called the Maverick. But the point is, you make a good point. And when we pass an omnibus appropriations bill that is filled with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of pork and unnecessary spending that nobody has voted on, that authenticates that dissatisfaction. But I will say that we did get a bill to the President's desk to repeal Obamacare. We are going to block his nominee for the Supreme Court. So there are some good things that have happened out of us gaining control of both houses of Congress. And I hope he can get Kate's Law as a standalone on the floor. Because continue to work on it.
It's desperately needed.
Continue to work on it.
Desperately needed in this country. All right, Senator, we appreciate it as always. Thanks for taking the time.